Welcome back to episode 16 on SAXTHORPE. We are just en route to East Coast Grains Bay 1. We are auto drivers driving, but we've got the voucher that's full nearly, and the New Holland that was with the contract. Yes, it was with the contract. That is full as well, and that is en route. I have done the headlands and a couple of up and down rows, and once I've got 2 full trailers, stopped, just so that, yeah, don't do it all off camera. Now, there are 2 contracts open with the same delivery point, so we will see what delivers against what once we start to tip. Let's have a look. It's delivering against field 14, which is okay. That's fine. So just need to remember not to complete on that one just yet. So we are 26% delivered. Well, it says 23, but we'll give it a little bit. So that'll clear off, and hopefully the New Holland won't be far behind. And then we can crack on with the rest of the foraging. We have got some spraying to do today as well. So yeah, it's going to be a busy one. So yeah, let's get to it. So back in the field and auto drive and course play. Oh, working to perfection today so far. I mean, I've been recording this for, what, 5 minutes? So there's plenty of time for it to go sideways. But at the minute, we're doing okay. Now, the Cartech trailer that's on the New Holland is 47,000 litres, and that was full. So we've actually only got 5,600 litres of whole crop left to deliver, or forage, whatever you want to call it. So that's pretty good. So we should, I reckon, fit everything into this trailer. Maybe. I don't know. It's not a problem if we don't. But yeah, we are very nearly done on that. So what I think I'm going to do is just leave this running. There is no need for me to interfere, he says. We'll keep an eye on Simple Inspector, which is the mod shown down here. And yeah, I think we can just leave that to it, which means we can go and start our herbicide spraying. So we will jump across to... So what are you doing now? Go on. I was just singing your praises. Go. Go on. What are you waiting for? Oh, there we go. Sprung into life. There we go. Should sort itself out now. Just do a lap. No, 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 no. Well, that went a bit sideways quicker than I thought, actually. Get round and back in that field. Right. There we go. Realism is key. And off you go. Right. So we can now find the old class and get this started. Is this the only field we've got to do? I can't remember. Let's have a quick look. So, let's zoom out, get to here. Yeah, field 30 is the only one of ours that we need to do. We will have a quick zip round and just check that nothing else needs a quick precision farming dose. If you don't know what I mean, then if on grass fields, if you just drive onto the field with a see and spray, activate it for a second, it'll boost your weeding score if it's at the right growth stage. So, enough chin waggering. Let's get into here and get unfolded. Now we should have enough herbicide, hopefully. But if not, we'll have to grab another IBC full. There we go. We've got one more. Yeah, there we go. That's not badly lined up, to be fair. Zip off to here. We're going to raise that up just a touch. Turn on. Stick the old cruise control on. And away we go. Now, I'm recording this episode before episode 15 has released. So, oh, and 14 actually. 14 releases today. So, yeah, I won't see any comments, which is the only sort of downside to batch recording. It will take me a while to catch back with comments and suggestions and things like that. So, yeah, you'll have to bear with me. Some nice comments there about the Oaks. Quite a few people seem sad to see that series go. I mean, I am. But, yeah, 4's a bit too many. And it's nice to be able to focus on progressing more on SAXTHORPE, be able to put more time in, and all that good stuff. So, yeah, shame, but need to move on. Not to say might not go back and have a look at the 80s version, as and when that releases, but yeah, we will see. Not promising anything at the minute. There we go. I was going to say it's nice and easy to have a fixed boom and not hit anything, but yeah, still can't manage to keep it out of the hedgerows. So I'm going to crack on, do a bit more. It looks like the Vulture and the Forage Harvester are working very well together. I can see it filling up nicely as it goes. It is using the silage additive, not a great deal, but it is using it very slowly, so that's good. So we're getting a boost, a little bit of a boost from that as well. Right, I will get a headland done and I'll see you in a minute. So headland and a bit done, and we're cracking on, making light work of this job. Not a massive field, but still worth doing to get the bonus, depending on your views about herbicide usage and precision farming and all that lot. Disturbed has a very interesting video on that, weeding or spraying and whatnot, but I'm stuck in my ways. So yeah, I spray. That sounds so interesting. Right, so Vulture, 13,000 litres or just over now, so that's good. So that's enough to complete the contract in field 20, but like, well, we'll just let it run. There is no point. Whoa, 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 where are you going? That way, please. Thank you very much. Yeah, there's no point. Well, we need to finish the field, don't we? I don't know what I'm saying. So yeah, running away nicely is my point. Now, I did have a rather good suggestion from Chris MC, about wheat, and I think he's probably trying to curb my obsession with having enough wheat. He suggested the Doika buy points that come up with Maize Plus, because you can purchase wheat at almost a discounted rate, and I guess you'd simulate it. That would be a feed grade rather than a milling grade wheat, so probably got less protein, I guess. Would be my, you know, if you were real life, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, so that is a good idea. We do have quite a bit of space on the farmyard to be putting stuff down like that. So yeah, very, very handy. We will need... No, we won't, because we haven't got any of the new crops. I was thinking we might need to put down an updated bale bunker, but we're okay for the minute, as we are not doing any of the new crops on here at the moment. I say at the moment because now that well, there's been several, hasn't there? I think there's the Colossus pack. There's the T440 pack by the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Mark Thor. And is there a Grimmy one as well? I'm not sure on that one. I think there is. But yeah, the T440 would be my choice, just to support a mate. And yeah, it's a very cool mod. I like the fact that Mr. CDP did a very good, unbiased review of the both of them. And you can configure them how you want. You know, if you want to be harvesting at ridiculous speeds, then you can. But yeah, I like the fact now that there is a selection of self-propelled root crop harvesters that do the new root crops. I think that will bring everybody's excitement back up for them, because I think within, if everybody's like me, and from the people that I've seen do them, so Disturbed, Farmer Sim, I think after all the hype around them, after doing them and understanding what hard work they are, everybody's sort of gone, nah, I ain't doing them again. So hopefully that'll bring some of the love back to them, if people can be using self-propelled versions with capacity, I think is the point to make there, because obviously there is the Wolf self-propelled one. I always chuckle when I say that, because I hadn't realised that they were all DeWolf harvesters until Disturbed pointed it out to me rather abruptly. I think you'll find. But yeah, it was like, I can't remember how the conversation went, but yeah. Right, so the New Holland Forager has got 7.5 minutes left. Oh, bit of a frame drop then. Right, let's get this parked up. Whoa, here. There we go. I want to take a quick look at the silage bales. So let's leg it over there. How are these looking? These are now grass silage. Super. The pH value of the field is good. Nitrogen's good. Super. Okie dokie. Right. So they can be sold at any time. That is good. When are we going to be looking? We are going to be looking around Jan to the biogas plant, which we don't own, do we? Whew. No, that's good. Okay, otherwise, if it's not one of Disturbed ones, it takes a blooming age. So the other thing I wanted to think about was, and it's not for this episode, but if you remember from, was it the hay episode? I'm trying to think. What was that? Yeah, it was episode 14, I think. This area. I think that is going to be where we're going to put down a spinnery. Now we're going to amass a certain amount of wool first, and the chances are that we will just be using the lumberjack mod to do the forestry work, because I can't do forestry. Saying that, if I'm a good boy and if Santa comes, I might be getting another little toy and addition, so that might make it a little bit easier. So we will see. Right, I am rambling like a madman, so let's slow down the old running speed. We will find ourselves there we go, a Valtra, and that is behaving reasonably well, I think. I think we might need to restrict it to a field, but either way, it's working fine. So that can crack on down there, and I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll see you when this is finished and we are tipping the last load and we can get things collected. So one thing I forgot to show you, and might as well just get the clip done. So the fields are looking pretty good, to be fair. The only one that we can affect anything on at the minute is field 33, which is the field that we're in now, which is our grass field. Everything else will sort itself out after harvest. So if we look at field 33, we're at 85, and the third one down is weed control, and that's at 50%. So got the old spot spray, and I'm hoping now if we just turn on, we don't need to do anything, probably don't need to drive forward really, turn off again and we'll see. Haha, it hasn't done it. That is Murphy's Law. Interesting that it normally works. I will just have a quick razz around the field and see if it makes any difference whatsoever. It might need to be soon as it's been cut. Might need to be the state. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's at the wrong time. But yeah, normally that would then leap up to 100 and job would be a good one. So that was a completely futile exercise, and I may not even include it in the video. So I've just parked up side of the road before we get into East Coast Grain and we get the background noise of the silos processing, etc. Now I've had a bit of a thought. So we've got 22, nearly 23,000 litres of chaff or whole crop, whatever you want to call it, in the trailer. Now we need 5,600 litres of that to complete the contract for field 20. But the remainder of it could well go to one of these. Now, the one that stands out is field 21. Now, we would need to return the equipment that we've got at the minute, because I think we said last time that we would only keep it if it was the same farmer. So that is what we are doing. Now, it's oats again. See, these ones aren't too bad. No for that one, just because it's a small one and there's not much point. That one, yes, because it's got a tractor and a trailer. There's some that are offering a lorry, and I just, yeah, can't be doing with that. So it's either, let's have a look. I mean, some of the, let's do it. It's field 21. So what we need to do is just go into here and we will set ourselves a store deliveries point for there. Then what we can do is, if we go in and borrow the items, I mean, it's going to charge us 6,700. Still going to get 150 something grand off it though, so cannot complain. Right. Estimated time 15 hours 24 minutes. I don't think so. Famous last words. And this is where we make 5 episodes out of field 21. Right, borrow the items. There we go. Everything is there, I think, just about. Right, so now if we go back to this one, we can now go and deliver, because the grain, whole crop, whatever you want to call it, is coming to this point as well. So we'll get this tipped, and it should, he says, go towards the other contract as well. So let's have a look at that and see if it is. So that's complete, and that is delivered 15,700 17,300 litres towards that contract. So we've only got nearly 250,000 litres to go. So we can collect that and collect that. That means that the other equipment should have disappeared, and we'll get out of this one. There we go, and head to field 21 and get things set up. So you should just be able to see the John Deere Forager, the Valtra and the Richard Weston trailer in the distance. Now I'm not quite sure why we've got Jules on this. What is it? An 8R. Beast. I didn't send a weight, did they, that we're going to miss somewhere and then drive over later on? No, can't see anything. So that's good. Right, so, yeah, this can sit here waiting. We'll turn the engine off, save the environment and all that lot. What I might do is... What's that? 10% full. What I might need to do is drive the headland, potentially. Not quite sure why the Valtra's backing up now. Have a look. Oh, because of the corner? Interesting. Okay. It's doing alright following it, though, to be fair. There we go. Okie dokie. Right, fine. So... just making sure it's not going to hit on any trees. So the only thing I wanted to check, and I should know this by now. Yeah, we're out the planting window for most things. Just in case those fields that we have actually worked in had come up with any work. Cultivating. There we go. So what we might well do is... grab our New Holland and go and stack the silage bales at the edge of the field there. So they're tidied up out the way, because July we might well get another cut. So yeah, I am going to go and grab the trailer. And, yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll catch back in a little bit and see how the foraging's going. Well, all I can say is, thank goodness for auto-loading trailers, because that would have taken an absolute age otherwise. Now, we've got, so we got, what did we get, 93, 94 bales off that field, something like that? We've got, let's go and have a look how much hay we've got, because what I'm thinking is maybe next year we can turn this into an arable field, potentially. Oh, I've gone the wrong way. There we go. Because we've got this one here on the left for now, until we want to expand our sheep pastures, and then we've got the one over the way that we made hay out of a couple of episodes ago. So yeah, I'm wondering, I am wondering, because we've got, I mean look, we've got it stockpiled, and I guess because, let's turn that off there, jump out of there, I guess, oh, that's a bit shoddy, isn't it? I guess because we are using Maize Plus and we are feeding other ingredients, I guess you'd say, to the sheep, they're not going to consume hay overly quickly. I think what we'll do is we'll it's too late to plant anything other than root crops now. So we'll leave it for this year, and we'll get as many cuts of whatever we can off it, whether we do another silage one or we do a hay or whatever. Because we're gonna, yeah, like I said, we're stockpiling it at the minute, and I really don't know how much we're gonna get through. I guess once we start to get more grown-up sheeps, they're going to start consuming the food a lot quicker, which is fine. I think we've got, we've got plenty of most things at the minute to be able to feed them. So yeah, we'll have to have a think about what we do with the fields. But for now, let's tab back to the... Uh-oh, what's gone on? Uh-oh, why have you stopped there? Can't be caught on anything, can you? Right, let's bring up auto drive and turn that off. Turn the old engine on. Is it stuck? No. Interesting. Right, we will continue to drive this headland. It'll probably just be a little bit smoother than with auto drive, and it'll help things get done a lot quicker, hopefully. Well, you join me, what can only be described as racing around the edge of field 21, because I suspect that the jewels on the John Deere are causing havoc. The Valtra has gone and tipped, which is fine. But yeah, progress seems slow, and the corners do seem to be having a bit of an issue with the width of the tyres on the John Deere. So now we are close. We can just jump into... No, yes. If we watch here a minute... You wait, it'll be fine now. I think it was the internal corners where it's got to turn left it was struggling. But I think you can see how close it is. It's not ideal. So we are going to stop that there a minute. We're going to detach the lovely Bergman trailer, and we're going to park this in this yard here. And we are going to find quickly the New Holland. We'll get that attached and get it set up for this job. So we want field number 21, and it's going to East Coast Grain Bay 1. Get the old trailer on. There we go. Put that up. Open the cover. And click go. No. Just pick up the point of the forager, please. Maybe 15 hours wasn't far off. Right, let's give it a try again. So that's now on there. Oh, 21. Yeah, why are you not working? Oh, are you thinking that the voucher's coming to save the day? So, we'll get this out of the way. Come on. Why are you not moving now? There we go. We'll move out the way. Let the Valtra get into position. And then, hopefully, once that's working, we can just click this on. There we go. It's fine. Right, we can leave that now. Once the Richard Weston trailer's full, it'll call this, and hopefully jobs are good done. So within the interest of keeping myself busy and not just watching auto driving courseplay do their thing, we have taken a couple of cultivating contracts. Again, using the same philosophy as before. They are for the same farmer. So borrowed the kit for one and accepted the other as well. So we've got field 14, which we're in now, and field 20. Yeah, 20 is flashing. The Valtra is just going into East Coast grains. You can see down here. And the New Holland, our New Holland, is following the forage harvester perfectly. I mean, once we get this lot done, we are going to be well in the money. So we can potentially buy some more land. But also we can possibly make that Tedder upgrade that I was on about, not last episode, episode before. See, I really have to think with doing more on the map, but it's cool. I'm enjoying spending time on the map. It is awesome. The more and more I play on it, the more I'm enjoying it, to be fair, and I think that's a good way of a nice way of it being. So 31% transported, not too bad at all. Yeah, I think because sometimes it's the other way around, isn't it? You start playing a map and you're really, really excited, and then you get into it and it kind of dwindles off after a bit. But this one, I think with the addition of the foraging contracts, yeah, it's making a bit of a change. I know that we're at very similar places with the saves now, in the sense of the time of year, and that brings with it its own challenges. You know, there's only so much grass work you can do and show and make it interesting. So yeah, I think the foraging for me is a way of mixing it up a bit. Try not to show hours and hours of it, but it is really, really lucrative, so we would be daft not to put the time in to do it. And I know it's running on course play and auto drive, but still, the game's got to be open. I've got to be sat here. So yeah, from that point of view, we are doing the work, so to speak. So this one shouldn't take too long. We will probably do 2 headlands. I think should cover what we're doing now. Then onto the bigger field 20. And at that point, what I might do is, depending on how we're going for time, because we're already up around the, dare I say it, I don't actually know, 6, 8, 12, 13, 20, 26, 27 minutes in. So, yeah, we might need to split the episode again, but I'm not too bothered about that. I would rather do that than have an hour-long episode of me just splitting between jobs. So at least this way, let's get that round there. We are sort of breaking it up, and yeah, it doesn't become too monotonous. Hopefully, that's the plan anyway. Right, PCA back on. There we go, and drop it down, and off we go. So yeah, not much to do with this field really. Quite a nice size. I was looking at cultivators, and I think, is this the Joker? Yeah. So this is about 80 grand, and then there's another one that's come with the premium DLC, which is about 92, which is about 10 meters, I think, just over 10.2, something like that. So yeah, I mean, if we're going to start doing more different doing more contracts of different types, it might be worth investing. But yeah, for now we will see. Everything seems to be running, albeit slightly slower at the minute. I'm guessing that's in a corner while they sort themselves out. Need to be mindful of the hedge now, this end. So yeah, Simple Inspector is a very, very handy mod when you've got multiple things on the go. And that seems to have sorted itself out now, which is good. So all I'm doing is looking at the speed of things. Obviously the voucher is parked in field 21, waiting for the New Holland to be full. So yeah, right, I am going to crack on and I'll see you when we've nearly finished this field. So the contract popped up complete a couple of minutes ago, as we were halfway around the last headland. Now, by my powers of deduction, something tells me that this tractor is not overly suited to this. I think this is actually a disc harrow, and the reason I say that is, oh, I've clicked on the wrong menu. The reason I say that is this is one of the ones I was looking at, and it needs 330 horsepower, which I do not think this little voucher has got. Now, I was thinking, oh, I could use the 8R, but no, I can't. Different farm. So, unfortunately, we are going to be using this one in field 20 as well. But, you know, them's the rules, in inverted commas, brackets, fingers, things. Right, so that's that one done. Let's just use auto drive to take that to field 20. Then we can hop over to our New Holland. Has it done the 5 headlands? Marvellous. Does that look like 5 headlands? Potentially. Hopefully now it's going to start the old lands. But yeah, it seems to be working a lot better without the John Deere on the duals. So I am glad that I swapped that out. Right, I'm just going to watch this for a second and make sure it goes where it should be going. And we'll catch back in a minute to say ta-ra. The forage harvester is, well, and the New Holland auto driving courseplay working well. I have done lands on this field just to see if it makes things any easier, if there's no difference to running just up and down with the forager. Yeah, and so far it seems okay, touch wood. You can just about see the only problem with auto drive is it likes to steer a lot and then the camera moves. So if I just click like that a sec, you will see in the distance there hope you're not motion sickness. We've got the voucher and the cultivator starting the cultivating in field 20. So that's got an hour and 10 minutes to run. This has got 2 hours and a bit to go. So yeah, I think the I don't know where the 15 hours came from. But yeah, 3 and a bit hours seems fair for a field this size. I mean, the headlands take a while, so I'm hoping that yeah, we're a bit quicker on the up and downs, but we shall see. So I'm going to call it there for now. Where we will be in the next episode, I do not know. It just depends on time and, you know, between recordings, etc, etc. So yeah, you know the amount of money that we're expected to make, so it shouldn't be a shock when we come back and we've got a fair bit in the bank. So yes, thank you very, very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, leave a like and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.